is Chitta Ranjan Mishra. He is an eminent scientist and popular science writer and joint managing trustee of Kalinga Foundation Trust. I must mention here that Kalinga Foundation Trust has kind enough to join this program, and all of the participant as well as our UNESCO chair should know that Odisha, being a very small state in India, is very frontward looking, and our former Chief Minister, Mr. Vijayananda Patnaik, has also started one UNESCO Kalinga Literature Award for the Universal Peace. So on the right hand side, there is a book front page cover published in 2012, and all the awardees starting from 1970 to 2011, it was a compiled book. And Mr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra has contributed a lot for publishing this book. Dr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra is an eminent chemical scientist and technologist, columnist, television anchor, and resource person, author, orator, and national science communicator of repute. He was heading NALCO's research and development division and has significant contribution to the science and technology and popularization of science. He has contributed more than 1,000 popular science articles in various leading Odia newspaper magazines over the last 30 years. He has published more than 100 research papers in various national and international journals. He has 12 national and international patents to his credit, besides 300 plus science and technology videos in YouTube's. He is a popular face in Odisha, especially in the field of science and technology and popularization of science. He is a member and fellow in a host of professional bodies, both in the country and the abroad. He has visited many countries of the world for higher study, scientific and technological research. He is a D.Sc from USA and D.litt from UK. He is a National Science and Technology Awardee and National Science Communication Awardee too. He has received more than 100 national, international, and state level awards for his outstanding contribution to the science, technology, and popularization of science. So I'll be requesting Dr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra to highlight about the Kalinga Foundation's activity in this regard. Dr. Mishra.
Thank you, Professor Patnaik, Professor Francisco, my co-speakers, Professor Mahapatra, and my relations, Mr. Suresh Sarangi, and all my listeners, those who are attending this seminar, this conference. My topic will be different. You heard to all the two distinguished speakers. They spoke very nicely, very confidently, and to the topic, economics and its application in social science. My topic will be different. Since I am a student of science, I am more practical than theory. As you know, you heard about what is Kalinga. Name of the word Kalinga, its significance. And I think Professor Francisco must be knowing about this word Kalinga, because this word inherits from France also. In the year 1950, the great Indian architect, the maker of modern Odisha, Biju Babu, we call Biju Babu, lovingly we call Biju Babu, is Vijayananda Patnaik, visited Paris. And he met Director General of UNESCO Paris and handed over some money and requested the authorities over there to institute a prize known as Kalinga Prize. In the name of the state Kalinga, to institute a prize known as Kalinga Prize. This is the story of 1950. 51. I think 51. In the year 1950, he instituted one institution in Odisha known as Kalinga Foundation Trust. In 51, he visited UNESCO Paris, met DG UNESCO, handed over that money, and requested them to set up a prize as Kalinga Prize. And authorities of UNESCO accepted Biju Babu's request. And from the year 1952, world's greatest prize, known as Kalinga Prize, was instituted. And from 1952 to 2021, 71 great scientists and science writers, they have been decorated with the world's greatest prize, world's highest prize in the field of science communication or popularization of science. There are two prizes in the world which are the greatest prizes in the world. One is Nobel Prize, obviously you know it, instituted by Alfred Nobel of Sweden. That is in the field of scientific research and other fields. But this prize, UNESCO Kalinga Prize, it was initially Kalinga Prize. Subsequently, the name was changed to UNESCO Kalinga Prize. In the 1951, 50, 51, 52, the name was Kalinga Prize. And this prize was and is right now today world's highest award in the field of science popularization or science communication. And I told you, so far 71 great scientists of the world, including 7 Nobel laureates and 5 women scientists and science practitioners have been decorated with this world's highest prize. Number one. Number two, this is the only prize from India in the field of in the field of science. International Science Prize from India. This is the only prize in the world representing India in the world. This is the only prize in the field of science and also science communication. So far, only international prize from India in the field of science as well as science communication. The first prize winner was a French scientist, French physicist. He's a great physicist. First, he got the prize in 1952, and his name is, everybody knows it. In the entire world, everybody knows him. He's a great scientist. He got also Nobel Prize. He also got Nobel Prize. And he got also Kalinga Prize. His name is Louis de Broglie. Louis de Broglie is a man from France. He's the only man, first man in the entire world who told to the world particle nature of light and wave nature of light. Dual nature of light. Light travels in the wave and light has also a particle character. For that he got Nobel Prize in physics, and also he was decorated with the world's highest award in science communication, Kalinga Prize, in the year 1952. And so far, only 5 Indians have been decorated with this prize. As I told you, from 52 to 2021, 71 great scientists have been decorated, and out of 71 scientists, we have 5 scientists from India. And the first Indian and the first Asian was decorated with this prize. The name is Jagjit Singh. He was a director in the railway board. He was working as a director in the railway board, and he is a man of mathematics. He is a man of mathematics and very close to Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, and also Mrs. Indira Gandhi. He was also director of the IDPL, Indian Drugs and Pharmaceuticals Limited. He was also director there, chairman. He was a great scientist and is a great writer, science writers. And his biography has been written by Khushwant Singh. The great writer of India, Khushwant Singh, has written his biography. And after all the 5 people, practically everybody has gone. Only 2 persons are living today. Out of 5 people, 2 people are living today, and I tell you the names. The first person, as I told you, it in 1963, Jagjit Singh. In the year 1991, Dr. Narendra K. Sehgal. Dr. Narendra K. Sehgal was decorated with this prize. He was the director in the D.Sc, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dr. Narendra Sehgal, he is a man of physics. He belongs to Punjab. This is 91. Then you come to 96. The third Indian, Dr. Jayanta Vishnu Narlikar or Dr. J.V. Narlikar, popularly known as J.V. Narlikar, also a man of physics, cosmologist. He was director IUPA, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics at Pune. He was director, former director of the institute. He got the prize in 96, and in 97, a man from chemistry got it. His name is Professor Chitta Ranjan Balasubramanian, D. Balasubramanian, popularly known in India as Bala, Dr. D. Bala. He is director, right now he is a director, research, L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad. So I told you the names of 4 persons: Jagjit Singh, Dr. Narendra Kumar Sehgal, Dr. Jayanta Vishnu Narlikar, Dr. Chitta Ranjan Balasubramanian, and the 5th man was Professor Jaspal, also a man from physics, and he was UGC chairman, University Grants Commission, Delhi. He was chairman, great physicist, great philosopher, great writer, and great educationist. Professor Jaspal, popularly known as a great man. He is very widely known in the entire world in the field of cosmology also. He is also a cosmologist. So far only 5 Indians have been decorated with this prize out of 71 great scientists about the world. Out of 71, as I told you, 7 people have been decorated with 7 Nobel laureates. 7 Nobel laureates have been decorated with this prize. And it has a big history. And a point to be noted, kindly remember what I am going to tell you right now. This is the first prize instituted by UNESCO in the history of UNESCO. This prize was started in the year 1952. The first laureate was Louis de Broglie. He was awarded the prize in the year 1952. Before 52, UNESCO was not giving any prize in the history of UNESCO. This is the first prize instituted by UNESCO, and the name of the prize is Kalinga Prize. The money was given by the maker of modern Odisha, Biju Babu or Vijayananda Patnaik, whose son right now is the Chief Minister of Odisha, Mr. Navin Patnaik. It has a great history and great philosophy. I will go into little deep. I will take you into science. Why such an idea came into Biju Babu? Nobody in the entire world thought about popularization science. Everybody thought about science. Biju Babu is the first person in the entire world to think beyond the spectrum of science. Science must reach the common man. This philosophy was first fabricated by Biju Babu in the entire world. Vijayananda Patnaik, or popularly known in Odisha as Biju Babu, is known in many peripheries. He is a great industrialist, he is a great politician, great science lover. Many people don't know that he was a great science lover. That is why he instituted this prize. He is a great science lover. And whoever has got the prize has visited Odisha, has visited Bhubaneswar, and has become a guest in his house at Cuttack, Anand Bhavan. Whoever gets the Nobel Prize, a Kalinga Prize, he comes to Odisha, comes to Cuttack, comes to Bhubaneswar, stays in the house of Biju Babu at Cuttack in Anand Bhavan. And the package is, you know what is given in Kalinga Prize? The package is Einstein's silver medal. Einstein is known for E is equal to mc square. That theory has been derived in the prize. In the cover page of the prize, silver prize, silver medal, you find the photograph of Albert Einstein. Back side of the medal, you find how it has been derived. E is equal to mc square has been derived in the back side of the prize. Certificate is given. Albert Einstein silver medal is given by DG UNESCO in this month given. In the month of November it is given. In the month of November 10 it is given, because November 10 is known in the entire world as World Science Day. November 10 is World Science Day, celebrated by UNESCO starting from the year 2002 till it is continuing. The idea of World Science Day was germinated in the year 1999. It was materialized in the year 2001, and from 2002, World Science Day is being celebrated all over the world through the banner of UNESCO Paris. And on that World Science Day, any member country of the UNESCO celebrates that function, and award is given by the DG UNESCO, Director General UNESCO Paris, at that function. And the package is, whoever gets the prize, he visits India for 1 month with his wife. He becomes a guest of Odisha for 1 week. He becomes our guest. Our means I belong to Kalinga Foundation Trust, which trust has handshaked with UNESCO Paris. I have been closely associated with UNESCO Paris since so many years. Since 2 decades more than 2.5 decades, I am associated with UNESCO Paris. I have visited UNESCO Paris many times. I am in their committee, and whoever gets it, the prize, he visits India for 1 month with his wife. For 1 week, he stays with us. He becomes the guest of Kalinga Foundation Trust. He becomes the guest of Government of Odisha and Government of India also. Besides the Kalinga prize, another award is also given to that gentleman, known as Kalinga chair. Kalinga chair. Everybody should know it, because this, I am repeating it 10 times. This is the world's highest prize. World's highest prize in the field of science communication in the world. First prize in the history of UNESCO Paris, which was instituted by Babu in the year 1952. And before 52, UNESCO was not giving any prize. This is the first prize. You go to UNESCO Paris office, you see the number of prizes given by UNESCO. Number 1 is UNESCO Kalinga Prize. First prize is given by UNESCO Kalinga Prize. From 52 to 2002, for 50 years, for a period of 50 years, this prize was handled 100% by Kalinga Foundation Trust. The initial prize money was £1,000. It was in pound initially in 52, £1,000, very small money, £1,000. Subsequently, the prize money was enhanced, the prize amount was enhanced. It was converted to dollar. And right now, the prize money is $40,000 US. $40,000 US is the prize money. And as I told you, Albert Einstein silver medal is given. A certificate is given by DG UNESCO. It is given. It is given on November 10th every year by a member country of UNESCO who conducts a meeting, and DG UNESCO invites the awardee to that meeting, and the prize is given. And he comes to India. He comes to India because the prize was instituted by one Indian state, Odisha or Kalinga. That is why he visits India. For 50 years, all expenses, prize money, expenses for the jury members, expenses for the applications, all review, finalization, all expenses besides the award money, all expenditures were borne by Kalinga Foundation Trust for a period of 50 years, from 1952 to 2002. On completion of 50 years, UNESCO did a very big thing. I think nobody knows it. There is an asteroid known as Kalinga. There is an asteroid named in Kalinga. In the UNESCO press release in the year 2002, he named Kalinga. He named asteroid in the name of Kalinga. We have asteroid named as Kalinga. Next thing, Government of India and Government of Odisha joined hands with us, Kalinga Foundation Trust, after 50 years of completion of this prize. So right now, from 2002 to 2023, Government of India Science and Technology Department, Government of Odisha Science and Technology Department have joined hands with us, and the $40,000 US and other additional expenses, administrative expenses, are distributed in a agreeable proportion. All the three parties have sat together, decided, and the amount has been distributed in a suitable proportions amongst the Government of India, Government of Odisha, and Kalinga Foundation Trust. This is the financial arrangement we have decided, and UNESCO knows it. Since 2009, UNESCO told, since I am giving many prizes besides Kalinga Prize, I have few suggestions to Kalinga Foundation Trust. I suggest I means UNESCO. UNESCO Paris told us the name of the prize should be changed from Kalinga Prize to UNESCO Kalinga Prize. Because all prizes that UNESCO gives, they have a word known as UNESCO at the left-hand side of the prize. Any prize UNESCO gives, they known as UNESCO and the name of the prize. But this is the only prize in the history of UNESCO. For UNESCO, what is not there? It is a Kalinga Prize only. So they wanted to change the name of the prize from a Kalinga Prize to UNESCO Kalinga Prize, which we agreed. The enhanced prize money, we agreed. They wanted to give prize once in 2 years. Till 2009, the prize was given annually. From 2009 onwards, prize is being given once in 2 years. So 2009, 2011, 2013, 2000, like that. 15, 17, 18, 19, all these things. Till 2008, the prize was annually and it was small amount. I think it was 20,000 US dollar. It was enhanced double from 20,000 to 40,000 US dollar. The prize money was enhanced and we all agreed. So now, this is the situation. And right now, UNESCO also thinking, world is thinking, and we are also thinking to enhance the prize money at par with Nobel Prize. So the honor in the world platform is equal. Nobel Prize for scientific research, Kalinga Prize for science communication. But the award money is less. Kalinga Prize award money is less, whereas Nobel Prize is very, very high. So we want to enhance that prize with the cooperation of the world scientific community. How to do, now we are a strategy, we are planning how to enhance the prize money so that Nobel Prize and Kalinga Prize should be at par in the world science platform. That is now being planned. In the year 2012, Kalinga Prize completed 60 years. As I told you, 50 years was completed in 2002, 60 years was completed in 2012. In the year 2012, we organized International Conference on Science Communication at Bhubaneswar in the presence of all science awardees. All awardees of Kalinga Prize living in the world, they visited Bhubaneswar, they visited Odisha. There is a grand function in Bhubaneswar, and all the awardees, all the Kalinga Prize awardees were decorated, they were felicitated by Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Naveen Patnaik. This is a magnanimous function. This was a magnanimous function in the history of Odisha. All the Kalinga Prize winners of the world from almost all countries of the world, I think 25, 26 countries, all the representatives, all the scientists, all the awardees were gathered there, and Chief Minister felicitated all the Kalinga Prize winners in Bhubaneswar in a public reception, grand public reception. Even President of UNESCO Paris visited us when we completed just before 2 years in the year 2010. In the year 2010, President UNESCO, Mr. Hepburn, he visited. We completed 58 years of UNESCO Kalinga Prize. 58 years of UNESCO Kalinga Prize also instituted, was also celebrated in a grand way. Entire scientific community of Odisha was gathered there. My UNESCO president was there, and the head of the UNESCO in New Delhi was also there. So we celebrated 58 years of UNESCO Kalinga Prize, 60th years of UNESCO Kalinga Prize, and felicitated all UNESCO Kalinga Prize winners living in the world at Bhubaneswar. Earlier, whoever gets the prize, he visits Bhubaneswar. But that was a function. All the Kalinga Prize winners living in the world, they were there, including the jury members. World has been divided into 4 spectrums, 4 divisions. We have 4 juries. Entire world has been divided by UNESCO Paris into 4 sections, 4 subsections. Representing entire world, there are 4 scientists. Only 4 scientists are jury members. All the 4 were there at Bhubaneswar. in the year 2012, and Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sir Naveen Patnaik, felicitated. It was a grand ceremony in the history of UNESCO Paris. In the history of Kalinga Foundation Trust also, Government of India, Government of Odisha, UNESCO Paris, the entire authorities, Assistant Director General of UNESCO Paris was also there. Mrs. Kalonji, Assistant Director General of UNESCO Paris, was also in Bhubaneswar. Obviously, all people, all living Kalinga Prize laureates were there. And in that occasion, we released 2 books. One, world's first book, which contains the biography of 59 UNESCO Kalinga Prize winners till then, till 2012. And this is the book I want to show. I want to show to the participants, I want to show to the people. This is the book I am holding. I am the writer of this book. This book was released by Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha in the 60th years of celebration of UNESCO Kalinga Prize at Bhubaneswar. And this is the only book in the entire world which contains the biography of UNESCO Kalinga Prize winners. This is there in the library of UNESCO Paris. This book is there in the library of UNESCO Paris. It was distributed freely entire world. Almost all countries of the world, in their libraries, this book is there. We dispatched the copies of these books through the embassy to the respective countries, to the respective libraries, besides Indian cities, besides Indian universities. Another international conference souvenir was also published. You can see the souvenir also. I am holding the book in my hand. This is the 60th anniversary souvenir, which was also published in that occasion. Both these books were dispatched to the entire world through the respective embassies in Delhi, and these 2 books are there in the library of UNESCO Paris and elsewhere also. Besides the Kalinga Prize, Kalinga Foundation Trust has many more activities. We give scholarships, national scholarship and international scholarship for study in the country and study abroad. And we have given since 1950 till date, large number of scholarships have been given to the students at overseas, also in the country, for reading higher studies in the schools, colleges, universities, engineering, medical, medicine, everything. So besides the Kalinga Prize, we give scholarships in the name of Biju Babu. It's known as Biju Babu Memorial Scholarship, Biju Patnaik Memorial Scholarship. Many students have gone abroad for higher studies, and students right now also reading in the country or also in the state. We give to state government and government of India due to the cyclone, due to the flood. Prime Minister's Relief Fund, Chief Minister's Relief Fund, we contribute money. We also give some health assistances with critical diseases like cancer to the cancer patients, large numbers of cancer patients. Right now, today, we are paying them in the Indian currency. The money is not very big, it's rupees 5,000 per head. Any cancer patient, whoever comes to us, we help him with rupees 5,000 per head. We organize science fairs throughout the state. Occasional science fairs, science lectures, science museums. So many things comes. Whoever Kalinga Prize winners comes to our state for 1 week, we take them around the entire state, various universities, schools, colleges. For entire 1 week, he is engrossed, he is fully busy for delivering lectures. For 1 month, he visits India for delivering lectures. For 1 week, he visits Indian school, Odisha school, colleges, universities, science fairs, museums, and deliver lecture, meets to the students. So Kalinga Foundation Trust has a big history, and right now also we are engaged in many activities, and we are planning to enhance the prize money at par with the Nobel Prize, so that scientific research and science communication, they move hand in hand in a parallel in one platform, in one direction. Because besides, without science must reach people. Scientists do research in the laboratory. I am a scientist. I do research in the laboratory. But what I am doing whether general public knows it? Answer is no. I am limited to research publications. I publish my research work in world-class journals, international journals, world-class journals, and readers are limited. Readers are scientists only. But a common man has the right to know what a scientist is doing inside the laboratory. He has every right. That right has been given by Indian Constitution to Indians in the year 1974 by Constitution Amendment. 42nd Constitution Amendment has been done by India, and in the Article 51AH, in the Article 51AH in the 1974, Indian Constitution was amended. 42nd Amendment, Article 51AH. It is written there. I am reading out the paragraph that is written in Indian Constitution. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry and reform. I repeat again, it shall be the duty, underline the word duty. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry and reform. And for your kind information, my dear participants and Professor Francisco, our constitution, Indian constitution, is the only constitution in the entire world which has given this duty to the citizen of the country. Every citizen of the country has a right to know what a scientist is doing inside the laboratory because he is a taxpayer. Scientists get salary based on the tax given by the common man. A common man has every right. Common man has a duty to know, and common man has a right to know what a scientist is doing inside a laboratory. So science must reach common man. Science must go beyond the laboratory, beyond the glass walls of the laboratory, 4 glass walls of the laboratory. Science must leave that place and come to the common man, doorsteps of the common man. So science and society, that was the motto. Science must reach society. Science must reach common man. That is why the name of the award is Kalinga Prize for Population Science for the Common Man. The name of the entire award is Kalinga Prize for Population Science for the Common Man. That is the total name of the enterprise. So common man is at the center stage. So the prize is common man centric. Common man is the hero. Common man is my leader in science. Common man has every right to know what I am doing in the laboratory because he is a taxpayer. Based on his tax, I get a salary. So that is why the scientists work in the laboratory, scientists work in the university, scientists work in the laboratory, university, and in academia. There are 3 places: academia, industry, and research laboratories. In all these 3 places, scientists work. And in all these 3 fraternities, there should be a cohesive force. But that cohesive force, collaboration, association is missing. Right now, it is missing. What we do in the industry, academia do not know. What we do in academia, research institutes don't know. So brotherhood, fraternity between the 3 communities, scientific community living in research laboratories, scientific communities in academia, scientific community working in industry, that cohesive force is right now missing. It requires to be strengthened so that for science to prosper in the world. And for this year, 2023, November 10, UNESCO has given a theme to World Science Day. You know what is the name of the theme right now? For this year's theme is, we must trust science. The theme for the year November 10, 2023 World Science Day is building trust in science. Building trust in science. We must believe science. We must trust science. That means that trust, that belief in science is missing right now today, not only in India, in the entire world. That is why UNESCO has designated this year World Science Day as building trust in science. We must build trust in science. We must have a brotherhood of science. That brotherhood, that cohesive force, that linkage, that bonding is missing. That is why UNESCO has designed this theme as we must believe in science. We must trust in science, and that trust make a world brotherhood, world community, world scientific community. We are one. I am publishing a research paper, entire world knows it. Once a paper is published, entire world knows it. Once a patent is published, entire world knows it. So what I am doing in a laboratory, if you are thinking that I am doing work in a four walls of the glass house, no. The output goes to the entire world scientific community, knows what is I am doing here. But the general mass, illiterate mass, uneducated mass, common man, he is in the backside. He is the backside of the door. He does not know what a scientist is doing. So a bondage, a cohesive force, a brotherhood to develop within the common man, between the common man and the scientific fraternity, scientific community. That was the objective of this prize. So keeping that in view, Biju Patnaik, the father of modern Odisha, the architect of modern Odisha, he wanted, no, science must reach the doorstep of the common man. That is why the name of the prize is Kalinga Prize for Population Science for the Common Man. This is the entire title of the award. The common man is the focus. The common man for us is the hero. He is at the center stage of the development, entire scientific development, economic development. So science is related to economics. Science is definitely related to economics. Science, technology, economy go hand in hand. We call it scientific economy. Industry runs on scientific know-how, scientific technological know-how. Industry runs. Any industry in the entire world runs because there is a scientific know-how, scientific technology. That is why any industry in the entire world runs. Without science technology, no industry can run. No industry. So there is a cohesive force of science, we call it scientific economy. So without science, so science is the future. Science is the hope. And we must trust science. We must believe science. We must live a scientific life, scientific way of working, scientific way of talking. The future belongs to science. Future belongs to 21st century, and future not only future belongs to Asia. The entire world development is now Asia-centric. Entire world development in science and technology, or the totality in total concept, if you see, 21st century is India's century, Asia's century, China's century, or China, India, India's century. 19th century was century of Europe. 20th century was century of America. But this 21st century is the century of Asia. Asian century, Chinese century, Indian century, or India's century, China, India, India's century. Entire Indian youth power will lead the entire world in the 21st century. Entire world is watching what an Indian youth power is doing from morning till night. We have a very plus point. We have a very plus point. 65% of India's population, entire population in India, if you count 65%, their age is below 35 years. People of the entire world is aging. For India is emerging as a youth power, youth nation. All people of the entire world, all countries are aging day by day. The reverse situation is in India. 65% of India's population are below 35 years of age. India is emerging as a youth power, strong youth power. We are the largest populated country in the entire world right now. Today, we are the largest populated country in the entire world. Today, we are the 5th largest economy in the entire world. We are planning for the $5 trillion economy. So India is emerging nation. India is emerging nation. In science, in technology, in industrial renaissance, innovation. All these things, platforms are opening up. New dimensions are opening up. New doorsteps are opening up. New scientific frontiers are opening up. In scientific research, also in science communication. So India has an edge over other countries. Indian youth power has an edge over other youth powers in the entire country, in the entire world system. So Indian youth is now in the center stage. The pragya, the shakti, wisdom, knowledge, Indian wisdom, Indian youth power, Indian dream is now at the center stage of development. The entire global development is now India-centric. The things are changing and changing for the better, and it is going to be a marvelous situation because we have already witnessed 23 years. Out of the 21st century, we have already seen 23 years gone. And we are going to be third largest economy by 2030. That is our design, that is our planning by Government of India. We are going to be third largest economy in the entire world by 2030. Such a situation has never come to the doorsteps of India. Entire 100 years of entire youth power and entire future of the entire world is now youth-centric, Indian youth-centric, Asia-centric, China-centric, India-centric. Such a situation has never come in the history of the world to the doorsteps of Indian youth power. So things are changing. Let us hope for the best and let us say Jnana, Dhi-Shakti, wisdom prevail in the entire world. Let India prosper. Let science prosper. Let technology prosper. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhavat. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Many, many thanks, Dr. Mishra. You have added another dimension of human rights, that is science and society right of human being. So today's seminar, it is within the periphery and within the subject area of economic system and human rights. And all the three speakers, they have given their thought, well-provoked thought within the periphery of human rights and and economic system. Now I'll look at Professor Francisco. If he has any question to Dr. Mishra, he can.
No, it's very interesting, really interesting what he said and what they do. And no, I don't have any question, but just I would ask the other people if we want to open the debate. No, I think that is very interesting. Thank you so much, Professor Mishra. Really interesting what you said and what you do before all. Thank you so much.
Now it is open for all. Anyone wants to ask any question to any of our speaker? Mr. Subhas Das, Dr. Imran Nadeem, I am seeing, Dr. Rajesh Saini, Sankar, Suchitra. If you have any question, then you can directly put forth. Mr. Ashish Kumar Naik. Yes? Or you can put on the chat box so that I can put forth.
No,
sir, okay. If there is no question, then we'll be winding up the session. I must tell that yes, someone has put it in the chat box. It is Quran and Bible also teaches the society ideal and ethical principle. Dr. S.S. Padmakar has written. So another 3 messages have come. How can we develop new innovations in India? To whom you are asking, Mr. Bijay?
Okay. My answer is through collaboration. This is the age of scientific collaboration. You should join hands with academia, industry, and research institutes. These are 3 arms All these three arms should join each other so that new innovation, new ideas can emerge. Three brains are definitely better than one brain. And
Yes.
scientific community work in the three places, and that is a requirement for the entire globe, that academia, industry, and research institutes should collaborate for development of new world order, new ideas, new innovations in the society. Unless you join hands, nothing can happen.
Yes.
So innovation will emerge, innovation will get birth in the corridors of this collaboration. This is the age of collaboration. Unless you collaborate, miracle cannot happen. To miracle to happen, you should think out of the box. You must think out of the box. What you thinking is within the box only. You think out of the box, new ideas will emerge, new innovations will emerge, and greater thinking equations will also emerge. So out of the box thinking, extraordinary perception, and collaboration with all these three factors, as I told, will develop new innovative ideas, new innovations. And you will be happy to know that the Department of Science and Technology will be renamed Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. The innovation word has been added. Now it will be Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. So innovation go hand in hand with science and technology. And moreover, basic science is the foundation stone. Unless there is basic science, technology cannot emerge. So we must put more emphasis on development of basic science, investment more in basic science. Investment is essentially required. Right now in India, investment is 0.8 of GDP, 0.8% of GDP. It has to be enhanced at least to 2% in India. This is a major drawback. For us, this is a major drawback right now today in India. And entire scientific community has requested the government of India to enhance from 0.8 of GDP to 2% of GDP, so that more platforms, more cohesive force can emerge in the day to come. This is essentially required because one mind can do something, definitely. This is not the age of Nobel Prize. This is the age of innovation. Innovation means synthesis of new ideas, synthesis of brains, synthesis of multiple brains, synthesis of multiple ideas are the requirement for the entire world to prosper in innovation. You have to synthesize the mind, synthesize your ideas, synthesize your brain power, so that new world order in science and technology will emerge, and world will be a better place to live in.